If I can create a body of work about a place at a particular time and put that work up on the wall, I never think a photograph is really a photograph until it's a physical print on the wall that people can view and enjoy and look at for as long as they want. If I can do that and somehow reach the viewer and help them to better understand the world, then I feel that I have accomplished my mission, my task. My name is Gary Sampson and I'm a photographer. Photography and filmmaking for me has been a long, long time love. I was fascinated with projecting images on the wall when I was a child. When I was 6 or 7 years old, I used to take a magnifying glass and a flashlight and a little, I had the old 3D images that you could look through a viewer, and I used to project them on the wall. I just loved that idea. Then when I got to high school, that interest in art really manifested itself when I joined a camera club, and I was able to borrow a twin lens reflex camera, and I ran out with that camera, not really knowing what I was doing, not knowing how to adjust f-stops and shutter speeds and use the light meter, but I slowly figured it out and exposed the film, developed the film, and you know, when you pull your first roll of film out of the developing tank and you look at it, you hold it up to the light, it's just such an exciting moment. You know, you say, I made this. I think that moment came in conjunction with my fascination with the camera as a 16-year-old, you know, teenager. Here I am using this twin lens reflex camera. I'm shooting black and white film. I'm processing the negatives, and I'm making, you know, prints in the darkroom. That excitement about I'm in control of a process, I'm creating something, but coupling that with my discovery of great photographers like Louis Hine, who documented child labor at the turn of the last century. You know, Hine was famous for making photographs of children along the eastern seaboard who worked in coal mines and textile mills and cannery. And I discovered that Louis Hine had come to Manchester, New Hampshire, my hometown, and made photographs in 1909 of children who worked in the Amoskeag mills. And you know, I reflected on that. I thought, I also I'm French Canadian, I'm first generation American, and some of the children I'm looking at, if I had been born, you know, 100 years earlier, I would have been one of those kids working in the mills. And there they were, you know, forever frozen in these photographs that told us about the hard life of a child working in the mills. I see photography in a number of different ways, but one of them is that photography can be a tool for change. I always want to bring back photographs that help people, the viewers of my photographs, better understand the complexity of the world, help them to understand humanity. Well, I think the way that the Institute will manage that program and has devised that program is very exciting for me, because artists will come to New Hampshire, and specifically to Peterborough and Sharon, from probably all over the country. And so you'll have diverse points of view from artists all over the country. But what I think is really exciting about it is that they will have a 10-day secluded learning experience, an intense learning experience. The idea that these artists are going to be together for 10 days, a very intense experience, a more solitary experience, I think it's going to be a remarkable learning opportunity and process for not only the students, but for the instructors. And in this beautiful setting of Peterborough and Sharon, I can't think of a more idyllic place for artists to come together and really think about their work and bring their work and talk about their work. For me, art is life. You know, art isn't something that's sort of compartmentalized. It's not something that's off to the side. It's part of my life. I do it every day. I'm a teacher. I teach photography. I'm working with students. I believe the students who are sitting in front of me in a classroom want to spend the rest of their lives as an artist. And for me, I'm making photographs all the time. I'm constantly intrigued by the world. I need to get that camera out. I need to record things. It could be little moments. It could be perhaps dramatic big moments. It's important for me to create these images. It keeps me sane, it keeps me centered. It's my anchor, really. I think photography and art for me is the way that I best communicate to people and share my view of life.